Okay. So last meeting, I teach you about what is that? The respiratory, yeah. I teach you what is the organ of our respiratory system and what are the organ and the functions of each organs. Yeah, each organ. So today I'm going to tell you about the process, how the process of respiratory system. After you see the video, yeah, the first job you need to tell me to retelling. Yeah, this is Miss Nika checking. Can you speaking English? Udah ngomong nyerocos terus pakai bahasa Inggris terus you cannot speak in English. Itu Anda poor you, kasihan sekali. Orang scroll TikToknya aja pasti pakai bahasa Inggris kan. I think you can speak in English. So I need you to retell me about the video of this respiratory process. And then you do not need to retell it with the correct English. It's okay. I can understand your English. Walaupun bahasa Inggrisnya ichikiwir, saya masih paham. I just want to check your understanding related to the process. Yang brave enough apa ya, berani untuk menceritakan walaupun bahasa Inggrisnya ichikiwir dan steps-nya itu not orderly correct, tidak secara tepat tersusun, it's okay. Karena apa? I just want to check your speaking by retelling me about the process of the video. So you can take notes, kamu bisa pegang catatan dan kamu dengar apa yang kamu tangkap. You can note what you heard from the video. Apa yang kamu dengar dari video tersebut. Dari note itu, you can tell me the process. Gitu, yes? One students or two students, it's okay. Nah, two students maksimum. 2 siswa maksimum untuk retelling the video. Saya nggak mau ngasih iming-iming. This is the process of learning. Kalau semuanya harus digunakan dengan iming-iming, berarti kamu hanya melakukan berdasarkan iming-iming tersebut. So I'm checking whether you want to learn. Kamu emang mau belajar apa enggak? Atau cuma berdasarkan nilai doang? Understand ya, Pak, caranya ya. So wait, I will share you a video about the process of respiratory system. Everybody saw on the screen about the respiratory system. Please prepare your pencil or your pen and a piece of paper so you can write down and you can retell me about the concept of the process. So I'm going to start to play the video, yeah?
In order to stay alive, the body has to breathe air. We breathe in oxygen and we breathe out carbon dioxide. This process is known as respiration. Breathing happens automatically. Every day, the body breathes about 20,000 times. By the time we reach 70 years old, that's about 600 million breaths. All of this breathing occurs because of the respiratory system, which includes the nose, throat, voice box, windpipe and lungs. At the top of the respiratory system, the nostrils bring air into the nose, where it's filtered, warmed and moistened. Tiny hairs called cilia protect the nasal passageways and other parts of the respiratory tract and filter out dust and other particles that enter the nose through the breathed air. Air can also be breathed in through the mouth. The two airways of the nose and mouth meet up at the pharynx, which is located at the back of the throat. The pharynx carries both food and air and is used for digestion and respiration. One path is for food. This is called the esophagus, which leads on to the stomach. The other side is for air. It's called the trachea. A small flap of tissue, called the epiglottis, covers the air-only passage when we swallow. This stops food and liquid from going into the lungs. The larynx, or voice box, is located at the top of the trachea, the air-only pipe. This is where our vocal cords are. The trachea, or windpipe, which is a 2 to 3 centimetre tube, then extends downwards from the bottom of the larynx for about 12 centimetres. The walls of the windpipe are made strong by stiff rings of cartilage that keep it open. The trachea is also lined with tiny hairs. They sweep foreign particles and fluids out of the airway, keeping them from entering the lungs. The windpipe divides into 2 branches, and each one of these enters one of the 2 lungs of the body. Each branch resembles the limbs of a tree, dividing into smaller, finer branches called bronchioles. The bronchioles end in tiny air sacs called alveoli, which look a bit like grapes. These structures enable fresh air to get to the air sacs, which are surrounded by tiny blood vessels or capillaries. The oxygen passes through these air sacs and travels through the capillary walls into the bloodstream. At the same time, carbon dioxide transfers from the bloodstream into the air sacs, where it gets breathed out of the body. When we exercise, the body needs more oxygen to feed the muscles as they work harder. The body responds by breathing more quickly and deeply. As the cells of the muscles use up more oxygen, the lungs have to work harder to keep up the supply. The respiratory system then speeds up to supply the body with much needed oxygen, and also to get rid of the carbon dioxide waste in the system. Over time, exercising also helps our chest cavity to get bigger, which enables the body to increase the amount of air it takes in. More capillaries form around the air sacs, so the body gets better at swapping oxygen and carbon dioxide gases. We can see how the body's respiratory system helps the body to move about, and is influenced by regular and ongoing physical activity as well.
Okay. You see about the process, ya. Udah mendengarkan prosesnya. I hope you get some notes about the video. You need to watch one more time. Mau nonton sekali lagi untuk catat notes-nya? Atau sudah?
Sekali lagi.
Sekali lagi. Very good. Semangat ya. I like that. Okay, one more time.
In order to stay alive, the body has to breathe air. We breathe in oxygen and we breathe out carbon dioxide. This process is known as respiration. Breathing happens automatically. Every day, the body breathes about 20,000 times. By the time we reach 70 years old, that's about 600 million breaths. All of this breathing occurs because of the respiratory system, which includes the nose, throat, voice box, windpipe and lungs. At the top of the respiratory system, the nostrils bring air into the nose, where it's filtered, warmed and moistened. Tiny hairs called cilia protect the nasal passageways and other parts of the respiratory tract and filter out dust and other particles that enter the nose through the breathed air. Air can also be breathed in through the mouth. The two airways of the nose and mouth meet up at the pharynx, which is located at the back of the throat. The pharynx carries both food and air and is used for digestion and respiration. One path is for food. This is called the esophagus, which leads on to the stomach. The other side is for air. It's called the trachea. A small flap of tissue, called the epiglottis, covers the air-only passage when we swallow. This stops food and liquid from going into the lungs. The larynx, or voice box, is located at the top of the trachea, the air-only pipe. This is where our vocal cords are. The trachea, or windpipe, which is a 2 to 3 centimetre tube, then extends downwards from the bottom of the larynx for about 12 centimetres. The walls of the windpipe are made strong by stiff rings of cartilage that keep it open. The trachea is also lined with tiny hairs. They sweep foreign particles and fluids out of the airway, keeping them from entering the lungs. The windpipe divides into two branches, and each one of these enters one of the two lungs of the body. Each branch resembles the limbs of a tree, dividing into smaller, finer branches called bronchioles. The bronchioles end in tiny air sacs called alveoli, which look a bit like grapes. These structures enable fresh air to get to the air sacs, which are surrounded by tiny blood vessels, or capillaries. The oxygen passes through these air sacs and travels through the capillary walls into the bloodstream. At the same time, carbon dioxide transfers from the bloodstream into the air sacs, where it gets breathed out of the body. When we exercise, the body needs more oxygen to feed the muscles as they work harder. The body responds by breathing more quickly and deeply. As the cells of the muscles use up more oxygen, the lungs have to work harder to keep up the supply. The respiratory system then speeds up to supply the body with much needed oxygen, and also to get rid of the carbon dioxide waste in the system. Over time, exercising also helps our chest cavity to get bigger, which enables the body to increase the amount of air it takes in. More capillaries form around the air sacs, so the body gets better at swapping oxygen and carbon dioxide gases. We can see how the body's respiratory system helps the body to move about and is influenced by regular and ongoing physical activity as well.
Okay, the video actually it's longer than you have watched. Jadi lebih panjang dari yang sudah Anda tonton around how many minutes? 4 minutes, 3.5 minutes. Jadi lebih panjang, cuma the basic concept about the system of the respiratory is already told to you. Sudah diceritakan kalau prosesnya itu sebenarnya gimana. Now I'm going to check on who's going to tell me the first process from your understanding. Siapa yang mau ngomong pertama kali? Oke. Karena ini nggak ada ya kayaknya ya. No one brave enough. Nggak ada yang cukup berani untuk menonjolkan dirinya. Saya nggak tahu deh kamu tuh malu-malu. Tapi saya gini aja caranya. So this is September 15 ya. Berarti saya akan cari absen ke-15. Di sini absen ke-15 adalah Salma Zakiatul Firdaus. Okay. Salma, tell me about the process. Tadi Salma nangkap cerita apa?
Udara masuk melalui hidung, kemudian difilter menggunakan bulu hidung atau biasa disebut dengan silia.
Yes, you know that you can tell in Indonesia. Bagus ya, correct. Nah, prosesnya tepat. Taken from the environment, itu kalimatnya diambil dari udara. Through the nose, masuk ke hidung, bahasa Inggrisnya sama. And then filter, disaring itu di filter. Filter by cilia. Jadi bulu hidungmu tuh namanya cilia. Bisa kalau nanya bulu hidung apa bahasa Inggrisnya? Cilia gitu. Cilia anak perempuan siapa? Anak perempuannya Pak RT gitu ya. Namanya kok bulu hidung cilia ya. Nggak ada nama Latin yang lebih oke gitu. Nama perempuan kan cilia. Tapi kalau kita buang A-nya beda ya artinya. Diganti dengan huruf yang lain. Oke, cilia is bulu hidung that help you that filter the apa itu udara yang through the nose. Silakan Amalia Putri. And then moisten melembabkan hidung. Udah bagus itu ceritanya dari Salma. Salma, can you continue? I will focus on you. Can you try to speak in English? After masuk ke hidung, what happened next, Salma?
Kurang paham lagi, Miss.
Okay, Salma just get some one process only ya from the video. Okay, karena sekarang bulan 9, yang nomor 9 itu adalah Linda, tapi saya mau pakai nomor 10. Nelsa. Nabila.
Yang pertama itu ada oksigen yang masuk melalui hidung, lalu disaring oleh bulu hidung atau silia. Terus silia itu berfungsi untuk memfilter udara yang masuk. Selanjutnya ada faring untuk pisah antara makanan dan udara, Miss.
Sampai faring?
Iya.
Alright, very good. You take some notes ya. You understand. Okay, I will stop on siapa tadi, Salma. Thank you ya Salma, dan siapa tadi, Nabila. What's your name? Saya lupa. Nabila, yes. The positive things that I can get from the process of our learning today in online, itu prosesnya adalah you understand the video in English. Yeah, you understand in English. The video was provided to you in English. Bahasanya kan bahasa Inggris ya. You'll understand Miss Nika while teaching English. But when I ask you to retell about the process in English, you prefer bahasa Indonesia because you're afraid, or you're not confident, or because you do not know what are the word that you are going to use in retell the process. Nah, itu menarik sebenarnya. Kenapa Anda understand it, but you can't tell it? Itu adalah sebuah masalah yang parah ya, parah gitu. Maksudnya bahaya. Karena later on your work, dalam pekerjaan Anda, you need to be able to retell the process correctly. Mungkin karena the second problem is English. Karena your conscious, alam bawah sadar Anda itu udah biasa dengan Indonesia. So, by the time you ask to tell in English, kacau gitu sistem bahasanya. But that's good. By the video you already understand. Kamu udah paham by listening to the video by using English, but you need time to process to retell it to with English. But that's one of the progress. Itu salah satu progress kayaknya. Bagus. Kalau di kelas mungkin kamu lebih banyak diem ya. Gak tahu kalau online ini kok tampaknya apakah di kelas saya itu datang dengan aura api berperang apa gimana sehingga di kelas itu pada tenang gitu. Tapi ini ditanya jawab kok. Okay, I'm going to show you the chart. So we're going to understand the process by chart. Harusnya pemahamannya pakai chart aja biar kamu enggak bingung. Wait, I'm going to open it because there are two files. Ada dua bagan yang harus saya buka, the chart and what are the process.
Di sini.
Okay, this is the process look like. Wait. My signal is unstable. Okay, bentar ya. Okay, I need to. Huh. This is better. This is the whole process. So you have 13 process. Anda punya 13 proses ya. So when you take a note or write down on your book, kalau ada yang prefer write, as I always suggest you, write by your hand. Saya selalu sarankan tulis pakai tangan. If you just apa namanya screen capture, itu nggak akan nyimpan di kepala. Jadi you can write down using the diagram or the chart. Kamu bisa nyatatnya dengan chart seperti yang ada di layar Anda. Dengan nyatat, itu akan nyampe sensornya ke atau neuronya, sarafnya itu ke tangan Anda. Dan nempel di kepala Anda. So you already see a number from number 1 until number 13. Meaning we have 13 process. Ada 13 proses di situ. Dan Anda akan memahami prosesnya one by one. I hope I can make this simple for you. So the first process, wait, and to, okay, that's better. This is the first process. Can you see? Bisa nggak Mbak? Bisa ya, saya mau berusaha memperlihatkan semuanya. Okay, Mistika zoom, a bit zoom here. Gitu, yes. Kamu udah catat diagramnya kan ya? Everybody write down the diagram what look like. So this is the process. Proses yang pertama saya masukkan di situ kalau the oxygen is taken from the environment. Tadi some of your friends already told you, udah menceritakan ke Anda kalau the oxygen itu diambil dari environment. That is correct. Memang itu caranya, dia diambil dari environment. The oxygen is taken from environment. Diambil dari environment. Ya. Diambil itu taken. Setelah oksigen diambil dari environment, what happened next? So, the nostril, tahu bahasa Inggris nostril apa? Ada yang tahu nggak? Apa ya tadi nostril, saya nggak lupa. Do you know? What is the bahasa Indonesia of nostril?
Lubang hidung.
Betul, kata Lena, lubang hidung. Jadi besok kalau ditanya temennya, bahasa Inggris lubang hidung apa? Jangan bilang whole nose ya. Tapi bahasa Inggrisnya adalah nostril. Bulu hidung. Karena bulu adalah feather, hidung nose, feather nose, bukan. Bulu hidung itu bahasa Inggrisnya adalah cilia. So, after the oxygen is taken from the environment, diambil dari environment, the next process is our lubang hidung or our nostril bring air, dia dibawa langsung ke dalam hidung. Oksigen kan ada di sekeliling kita nih, we cannot touch it, but it's benefit for our respiratory system. Jadi walaupun kita nggak bisa ngeliat O2 itu seperti apa, tapi dia bermanfaat untuk pernafasan kita. Setelah kita hirup dia, diambil dia dari environment, kemudian yang berikutnya adalah dia akan dibawa ke dalam hidung. The air is taken atau bring air into the nose. So the third step adalah the air, udara tadi yang udah dalam hidung itu akan di moisten. Moisten adalah dilembabkan. Moisten, lembab, warm, dihangatkan. And filter, disaring. Nah, do you know? Now you know. Bukan do you know ya. Now you know why your cilia is upilan. Ada upil. Ya karena dia filter, disaring. Udara yang masuk itu kan nggak selalu bersih. Kan tadi oksigen taken from the environment. Terus masuk ke dalam hidung. What happened in our nose? Itu ada cilia. Air udara itu akan dilembabkan, dihangatkan, dan difilter. Nah, the filter process yang kamu baca on your screen is a process that cause you upilan. Jadi yang buat upilan itu ya karena it is filter. Kalau dia nggak difilter ya masak yang masuk ke dalam paru-paru kita kotor ya. Makanya dia memang perlu difilter. But because that filtration yang menyebabkan hidung kita upilan. Nah, selain hidung kita upilan gara-gara filter, the next step, the cilia kan tadi yang membuat upilan ya. Cilia juga berfungsi untuk apa? Protect the nasal passageway. Dia yang memproteksi, yang melindungi nasal. This is our nasal ya. Nah, nasal tapi nasal. Passageways, jalan atau jalurnya pernafasan kita. Dia yang melindungi. Kalau nggak ada bulu ya bahaya. Semua masuk aja. Lalat terbang itu nginggap tuh masuk. Lagi naik motor, mangap misalnya tutupnya mulut tapi dia masuk lewat hidung. Karena apa? Nggak ada yang protect. So cilia is important. So if you have problem with cilia, kayaknya saya pernah told you, cilianya over apa namanya? Off-road, apa keluar dari jalurnya ya potong aja yang keluar jalurnya, jangan digundulin lubang hidungnya gitu ya. Karena saya pernah some beauty influencer taken all down the cilia, dia bersihkan lubang hidungnya, bulu hidungnya, karena mungkin nggak indah kayak. So for medications, cilia is to protect. Orang dia yang melindungi malah dia kita buang ya, bahaya. Okay, so that's the first step. Udah catat ya yang atas ya, saya akan geser satu-satu biar kelihatan ke bawahnya. So what happened after that when the cilia is protect your nasal passageway? Sudah dilindungi dia by the cilia. Tadi we knew that there is an air, ada udara yang masuk. Berarti berikutnya udara itu lewat kemana? Dia akan enter, masuk dia. Masuk kemana? Ke laring dan masuk ke paring. We know that in our throat itu ada yang namanya laring dan paring. Ada yang masuk ke sistem pencernaan, ada yang masuk ke sistem pernapasan. Respiratory and a digestive system. So the windpipe, you know about the organ, yeah? That is called windpipe. Nah, the windpipe that helps you to differentiate mana yang ke respiratory, mana yang digestive. That is the fifth step. Langkah kelima. The air enters through the paring and laring. After that, the air, udara ini akan melewati satu organ dulu. The organ called trachea. So, the trachea will pass by the air. Si trachea ini nanti akan dilewati oleh si air. Karena dia dilewati oleh udara, so the trachea is extended. Dia memanjang ke bawah gitu sekitar 12 cm karena proses pernafasan itu. Violin, is that your sister? So chubby. Chubby dan gemoy. Banyak makan dia. Ya, saya nggak sanggup lihat anak perempuan kecil. Oke, lanjut. Distract me. Tuh. Iseng dia. Just like my dad. Diganggu habis itu. Alright. Lanjut ya. Anak saya kalau ganggu, saya fokus. Tapi kalau lihat anak orang lain, saya langsung gak fokus. Saya langsung mengobservasi. Lucu banget dia, gemuk banget dia. Rambutnya, tangannya, kecil. Begitu yang di pikiran saya. Oke, fokus. Miss Nika, go back to the screen. So, tadi we know that the air enter our paring and laring. Mereka masuk ke paring dan laring kita. Dia akan melewati one organ that is called trachea. So, by the time trachea pass, lewat, masuk, the trachea will extend, memanjang dia. So, that's the process. You need to take care of your organs because the process is complicated. Bagaimana the trachea extend? Bagaimana bisa trachea yang ada di sini itu memanjang sekitar 12 cm setiap kali kita bernafas. Padahal setiap kali we take air, kita menghirup, berarti kan dia memanjang, memendek kan begitu. Karena ada udara yang masuk lewat trachea. So, when you smoke, kalau kamu merokok, or you vape is more dangerous ya, daripada merokok. Itu akan disturbing the process of this organ. Ya kan merusak proses dari organ-organ ini. So don't take care of your organ. Jangan masukin hal-hal yang aneh. Okay, after that, after the trachea extended, memanjang because the air pass. Next step is the air will pass to the bronchi and bronchiolus. Gitu ya gambarnya. Apa tadi namanya? Udara itu akan melewati si bronki kita, akar pohon yang ada di badan kita. Bentuknya mirip ya kayak akar pohon ya. Dan dia akan melewati yang namanya juga bronchiolus yang mirip dengan anggur itu. Okay, so if the air already on the bronchiolus, apa yang terjadi di sana saat si udara udah ada di bronki, udah lewat dia di akar pohon. Nah, over there, wait, please wait a moment. There seems something wrong. Tunggu ya, ada yang salah. Tunggu, give me a moment. Alright, I'm sorry. There's some wrong steps. Ada yang salah tadi, mana dia? Saya akan kembali ke layar saya yang sebelumnya. Wait. Semoga saya tidak salah. Tadi saya ngecek dulu. Is it the correct steps? Kayaknya ada yang janggal, tapi ternyata benar. Karena setelah saya baca, kok agak not make any sense. Gitu ya. So we are here. I'm sorry for the delay, some minutes. Ada potongan beberapa menit karena saya harus cek dulu benar apa enggak, ternyata benar. Karena tadi saya berpikir kayaknya salah. So the 7th step, paling tidak you have break, kamu punya break untuk nulis, karena tadi kan kayaknya nulisnya buru-buru. Jadi saya berhenti ngecek, kamu sambil istirahat tangannya. So the 7th step, the air itu tadi passes at the bronchi and the bronchioles. So what happened after the air passed the bronchi and the bronchioles? The air will bring CO2 to the bronchioles. Itu yang akan terjadi. Jadi air bring CO2 to the bronchioles. This one. Wait. Oke. Setelah masuk tadi dia udaranya ke bronchiolus, dia akan ditransfer dulu di alveoli. Do you remember the organ of alveoli from our previous meeting? Masih ingat ya bentuk alveoli itu kayak gimana? Udah masuk dia, tapi dia harus ditransfer dulu. Nah, setelah dia ditransfer di alveoli akan terjadi that is called an exchange. Ada proses pertukaran di sini. Proses pertukaran itu adalah di mana oksigen akan diserap oleh our respiratory system. So the next step is this one. Udara tadi akan membawa ya, udara yang udah ditransfer tadi. Yang ditransfer adalah oksigen karena our body need the oxygen. The air akan brings CO2, udara yang kita bawa itu yang diserap adalah CO2-nya ya. To the bronchioles. Remember, pertama, sebentar, benar nggak nih? Oke, kita ada di sini ya. Wait, oke. The air passes at the bronchi and the bronchiolus. Dia akan melewati dulu si bronchi dan bronchiolus, di mana on that step CO2 yang dibawa oleh air itu akan ditransfer dulu ke alveoli. Nanti setelah itu dia akan membawa CO2 ke bronchiolus. And then what happened next? The oxygen, or that we know as a CO2, itu akan passes bronchi and trachea. Udah dibawa dia ke bronchiolus, dia akan melewati kembali ke atas, yaitu ke bronchi and trachea. So this is the next step. Saya akan geser this one. CO2 passes the bronchi and the trachea. Udah terjadi pertukaran udara itu. Kok CO2 itu oksigen? CO itu adalah karbon dioksida. O2 yang oksigen. Sorry, saya lupa. So after the CO2 pass our bronchi and trachea, dia akan pass our nose. Dia pergi keluar. ya udah diserap, udah ditukar dia dalam si alveoli dan bronchiols tadi, tentu dia akan pergi CO2-nya karena kita do not need the CO2. We only need the O2, oksigen. Karbon dioxide itu akan dikeluarkan dari hidung kita, and then dia akan dilepaskan atau dibuang ke environment. Kita nggak butuh, jadi kita let it go to the environment. This is when our nose release the CO2 to the environment. Dilepaskan dia ke environment karena kita nggak butuh. Oke. Nah, this one. Ini yang tadi saya ragu. Oke, Mbak. I think I make a mistake. Wait, I need this. Sorry ya. Ini yang saya bingung tadi. I think there is something wrong. Tunggu. Please give me a moment. CO2 pass. Ada harus yang exchange. I'm sorry. Please bear with me. Tolong bertahan dengan saya dulu. Nanti saya akan rangkum. There is something wrong. There should be an exchange. Okay. On the 11th step. This is the exchange. Tunggu, sedikit doang koreksinya, nggak jauh. Setelah saya urut, jadi saya bisa merapikannya. This one. Show pass. No. Something wrong. Wait, I will ask Mr. Lian. Mr. Lian is here. Sorry ya. Pas Mr. Lian masuk, saya konfirmasi. Kayaknya ada yang salah gini. Gitu. This is the correct way. Maklum lupa. Untung partnernya juga dosen, jadi gampang nanyanya. Kalau partnernya di beda yang lain, mungkin bingung saya. Oke, sorry ya. Karena ada exchange ini yang membuat saya ragu tadi. But this is already the correct step. So again, I repeat. From the first, the oxygen is taken from the environment, this one ya. Dia akan diambil dari environment dulu, oksigen. Kemudian dia akan dibawa ke dalam hidung kita. The nostril bring air into the nose. Itu yang terjadi di bahasa Indonesia. So what happened in our nose? The air is moistened, warm, and filtered. Udara yang ada dalam hidung itu akan dilembabkan, dihangatkan, and filtered. That's why when you touch your nose, hangat ya. Kalau hidungnya udah dingin itu kan berarti something happened. So after the air is in our nose, the air will go again to the pharynx and larynx. Selain dia juga di-filter, dia ada yang namanya cilia di hidung kita. Jadi the fourth step keempat itu sebenarnya step tambah. Menjelaskan kalau dia difilter itu ada organ lain yang membantu namanya silia. So after the air enters to the pharynx and larynx, nah, there are some organ that will extend it, yang not extended, that will extend, yang akan memanjang sekitar 12 centimeters because the air pass there. Udaranya lewat di sana, makanya dia akan memanjang. After that, the air will pass our bronchi and bronchiolus. You remember the akar pohon yang ada di dalam our paru-paru, our lungs. Is it lungs or paru-paru? Lungs apa paru-paru, Mbak? Tuh kan saya terdistraksi lagi. Heart, lungs. No. Our lungs ya, bahasa Inggrisnya. And then what happened in our lungs? Barulah terjadi yang namanya perubahan. Gas ini perubahan, di mana yang kita ambil O2, yang dibuang itu CO2. Nah, itu disebut dengan gas exchange in the alveoli. Nah, setelah ditukar tuh udara yang kita butuhkan, yang nggak dipakai apa? What happened? The CO2 namanya, itu yang akan ditransfer ke alveoli, terus dia akan dibawa ke bronchiolus lagi, jalan masuk tadi kan lewat bronchiolus ya, kemudian akan lewat trachea, and then pass our nose, and then release to the environment, dikeluarkan CO2-nya. So this is the correct process of respiratory system. Okay. I think all of you already write down the process, karena kan tadi saya slow down in explaining, pelan dalam menjelaskannya. But you can take a picture of this process and you can write down on your note. Kamu bisa catat di bukumu. So don't keep it on your phone. Kalau simpan di HP nanti nggak akan ingat prosesnya. You need to write down so your neuro system will remember it on your brain. Nyatat itu kan ada sistem saraf yang mengirim sensor ke kepala kita. That will help us memorize what happened in our eyes. Okay, before I stop the screen share, saya mau stop screen share. Do you have questions about the process? Do you understand? You already know how to pronounce it? Udah tahu bagaimana cara mengucapkan the 13 process? Kalau nanti ada yang nggak ngeh, I will give you the video. Nanti Miss minta videonya lagi, Miss, kalau ada yang salah disebutkannya, atau you can use Google Translate to help you pronounce how to release, environment, passes, atau trachea, bronchi, bagaimana proses untuk menyebutkan the word, cara pronunciation each process from the respirator. Begitu. Do you have questions? You can ask the link of the video or you can choose by Google Translate. Boleh minta videonya lagi ini atau pakai Google Translate. Atau nanti saya, ya kalau minta videonya berarti saya harus upload dulu ke YouTube saya agar kamu bisa nonton lagi. Just to check kalau ada yang salah atau enggak. No questions? Clear enough? Okay. Okay, thank you, Ria. Then I will stop share our materials and our lesson today. Itu dia tadi tentang respiratory process. But before I close, I'm going to check my students apakah menghilang atau tidak. Because if you are missing, I will report you to the police. Seperti yang saya sampaikan, saya akan lapor kantor polisi. Because ada orang yang hilang di kelas saya. Saya butuh bantuan polisi untuk menemukan siswa saya yang hilang. Amalia Putri Rahayu.
Present, Miss.
Uhti.
Present, Miss.
Debbie.
Present, Miss.
Fadilatun.
Present, Miss.
Oirun.
Present, Miss.
Kiki Fatmala.
Present, Miss.
Latifah.
Present, Miss.
Lena.
Present, Miss.
Linda.
Present, Miss.
Nabila.
Present, Miss.
Nelsa.
Present, Miss.
Renaya,
Present, Miss.
Ria,
Present, Miss.
Tahda,
Present, Miss.
Salma,
Present, Miss.
Selfie,
Present, Miss.
Shiva,
Present, Miss.
Vialin,
Present, Miss.
Filsa,
Present, Miss.
Supayung, Supayung, menghilang. Supayung. Vivi Sarvina, absen. Oke, tuh. Berarti saya cuma punya satu mahasiswa yang perlu saya laporkan ya. Agar ditemukan menghilang kapan, kronologisnya bagaimana. Alright. If you sure you don't have any more questions, so I'm going to summary that you just learning about a process of respiratory system from the chart that have been shown to you. So by that, I hope you learning something new. Kamu belajar cara yang baru, proses dari respiratory system ya. Nanti kamu bisa menceritakannya di verbal evaluations dan role play. Nanti saya akan buat role play. Okay, you no more questions. You can enjoy the rest of your weekend karena kita ketemu hari Minggu. Mohon maaf karena kemarin kacau jadwalnya. Ada overtime discussions on my class. Ada diskusi overtime, jadi pulangnya sampai malam. Terus saya harus meng-cancel beberapa kelas. Akhirnya terdampak dengan Anda. Tapi kayaknya you cooperate, kamu cukup baik dalam bekerja sama. Tapi this not long, tidak akan lama ya. Hanya 4 minggu lagi saya akan selesai. Dan kita akan ketemu di kelas. If you no more questions, you have no more questions, Miss Nika will close our session today. Terima kasih sudah wait for me because I was late tadi karena kelewat. Ya, terima kasih untuk kerjasamanya. Please bear with me. Bear itu maksudnya bertahan dengan proses ini dulu untuk beberapa minggu ke depan karena setelahnya kita akan sesuai dengan jadwal. Saya tutup dengan ucapan wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you everyone.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Miss.
Yes, you're welcome.